People don't fear change. They fear loss that comes with change. Your brilliant idea is a loss. They're just fearing is going to happen.
What makes it hard to start where other people are when you're trying to exercise leadership is not taking the time to ask the right questions and engage other people in the process.
So I love this idea that leadership requires us to start where they are. To me, that opens up all kinds of possibilities. Because when I start where somebody is, instead of where I want them to be, I'm dealing with reality.
Start where they are, to me, means to be able to imagine yourself in somebody else's place and to imagine what they might be thinking.
Maybe I'm a low-level entry person in an organization, and there are things that I see that need to happen, and I need to assess the other participants, the other people in this, to find out where they are so that I can connect to them on that level.
Loss is connected to adaptive challenges because you have to practice a new behavior. You're doing something differently than you were before.
Think about it this way. Your brilliant idea, your leadership challenge, the thing you want to make progress on, requires other people to change. And that's going to represent some kind of loss to some people, whether it's simply the loss of the way they've done things every day, whether it's asking them to be a teensy bit more courageous in the way they talk to each other. That's scary.
Speaking to loss is energizing because the people involved, the people who are experiencing the loss, are grateful that someone has acknowledged that loss.
I think sometimes speaking to loss can energize people because people want to be heard and want to know that they're losing something, or they want to share their concern with someone else, to know that somebody heard it, to know that it was on the record that their loss was accounted for.
So we tend to ignore the tough side of progress. We want to get on with it. We live in a culture of get it done, move on to the next thing. We're not trained to stop, acknowledge the loss, speak to it, and bring the people along.
I think one of the main reasons we don't speak to loss is because we don't know how. There might be a book on how to speak to loss, but I think it's something that we just don't practice. Sometimes it's just easier to sweep it under the table and hope that the ideas or the thoughts about it will go away. I think it's a skill that we need to learn, especially when we're exercising leadership and trying to make progress on these tough challenges.